I think the sustainability dilemma and other problems of the information society are actually framed by economic interests. So just take a look at some data. 80% of the total primary energy supply in the world is based on fossil fuels. 35% of it is based on oil, of the whole primary energy supply in the world, 25% on coal, and 20% on gas, and only 12.6% of the total primary energy supply in the world is based on renewable energies. And there are reasons why this is the case, and why it's not, dematerialization is not so easy to achieve. And this is due to the fact that corporate interests dominate the contemporary economy. So if you take a look at the Forbes list of the most profitable corporations in the world, then for the year 2009, then you will see that the six leading corporations are all oil and gas companies. So these are ExxonMobil, Royal Dutch Shell, Gazprom, Chevron, BP, and PetroChina. So they are putting strong pressure on society. These are strong economic interests, and if you take a look at the political global situation, then wars are being fought over the access to fossil fuels, such as the war in Iraq. Therefore, I don't think that dematerialization and environmental taxation and so on will be so easy to achieve. Of course, the solution would be that energy consumption should be more based on renewable resources, and that the whole economy and also economic growth should be based on the production and consumption of renewable resources. But advancing this would mean questioning the economic interests of the largest corporations in the world, and therefore one must see how ecological issues and all other issues in the information society and concerning sustainability are framed by issues relating to military conflicts, democratic development, and especially economic capitalist development and corporate interests. And I think the financial crisis that we are still witnessing has really shown that economization and what David Harvey has termed the commodification of everything and accumulation by dispossession has produced big problems for the economy and for society and at large, and alternatives are needed now. And I think such an alternative could be a new social democratic framework, that a real social democratic framework that deserves this name, that advances the decommodification of goods and services. So, for example, for natural resources, this would mean if they are no longer treated as a commodity, then it would be easier to see them as part of the commons of society and of humans that are needed by all people in order to survive, and therefore it's a very precious resource, and economic production should be based on renewable resources. But this idea of strengthening the commons and the public good in society is not only related to nature, it also concerns knowledge, technology, the access to the internet and other media and so on. So here also a problem is that these resources are and services are largely commodified in contemporary society. And I think here also frameworks that decommodify the access to knowledge and technology are actually needed. Gunilla Bradley, one of the editors of the special issue on sustainability and ICTs, writes in her book Social and Community Informatics, Humans on the Net, that the framework of the sustainable information society should be based on an overlap and interaction of three dimensions: environmental sustainability, economic sustainability, and social and cultural sustainability. I think this is a very important and fruitful approach, And I would add that under contemporary conditions, especially the economic dimension is very important, and that policies that advance the decommodification of society and that give much more importance to the commons, to common goods and common services, and to the public domain are actually needed in relation to ICTs and, for example, to the internet. This could mean establishing an alternative internet. In terms of democracy, this would mean establishing a participatory democracy as conceived by Carol Pateman or Crawford McPherson already in the 1970s. And McPherson in this context has argued that exploitative powers should be transformed or should be abolished and substituted by what he terms developmental power. And developmental power strengthens the basic capacities of human beings so that they can participate in society, in all realms of society, and have a say in what is happening. So this is also an issue of democracy, because what is happening in nature, politics, the economy, culture, and society is not shaped today predominantly by the people, but only by a political, economic elite. So a sustainable information society must also be a participatory democracy.